What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? Welcome to episode 63 of Hippies and Pancakes. As usual, I got DJ Q Waves with me.
What's going on?
I got D with me.
What's up? What's up?
Man, how y'all been, fellas?
Good. How about yourself?
Man,
Man, I'm good. Tired as hell. I'm good. Shit, to lead out, Derek Chauvin and them getting convicted federally, or they've been pursued on the federal level. First time I ever seen the government act like this. I can say so. Never seen them behave in this manner before. Because the man definitely just got convicted, and he definitely got handed another some new federal charges. So I'm interested to see how this play out, and then where we go moving forward from here. Because even the cops, they kind of, I guess people would have thought they kind of got away with it because they trial is not as heavily publicized as Derek Chauvin's or whatever or going to be. It's an eye turn for the justice system right here. I just hope they going somewhere with this and they don't use this to further victimize our people. Because usually when they do it, the feds do a sweep like this, you thinking something good coming for us, and then they just change the rules and they in our neighborhoods more heavily after that. So
yeah,
hopefully it's good.
they love to get the
Hey,
okey doke.
say what now?
They love to give us the okey doke.
Yeah, they always be trying to spend us. That's why I'm saying hopefully because it always be something for damn dude started to go for me so he can open a store. He lit. Man, he lit. Hey man, look, I went back and I had to listen to that sorry not sorry. First of all,
Oh yeah,
Nas out rapped Jay-Z on that jump.
I think so too.
He out rapped him for real. Like, I don't care how much hype everybody trying to give it or whatever they feel like was great about Jay-Z's verse. Nas kind of said the same thing Jay-Z was saying. He just used more words to say the shit. And I think that'd be confusing people to it. They'd be like, "Oh, Jay-Z verse better." I'm like, Jay kind of was floating over the beat for real, for real. Like basically what I'm saying is he was just getting his shit off right quick and getting lucky for real. But Nas actually was touching down on like several things. A man said he the Coinbase Scarface. How people were not hype about that? They just went public like what 2 weeks ago, 2 episodes ago. We talked about them going public,
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
and what he made like 200 million when they went public or something like that.
100 something.
Yeah, man, eating good as I don't know what off this Coinbase IPO. They one of the only companies too that actually hold courses that teach you to learn about cryptocurrency too.
Hmm.
Like they pay you to learn about crypto.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they got a lot of little offers, man. I want to say Dogecoin just got it. Dogecoin just started getting traded on what's the joint on blockchain on the app
Yeah,
block.
it started being traded on Webull. Now it went to Webull and eToro, and
Mm,
so it shot up in price. It quadrupled in price.
yeah, so they definitely that joint definitely moving a little bit. I actually got in contact with the young lady I was telling y'all about in the last episode that was coming out with her own shoe and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
locked her. I locked her in for next week, so you know what I'm saying. We should have fun with that. That should be a great episode, I would say. We gotta start. We gotta find something digital to give our guests, man. We need to get on this NFT stuff. Get some digital coins away, or come up with our own coin and get that shit away when they come on the show.
Yeah,
That
you're
should be.
right.
I'm definitely crossing over into this technology, man. This internet wave kind of crazy, man. Everything that we can do with it now, the possibilities became endless once everybody started diving into cryptocurrency because that moved a lot of everything to the internet. Like when we first started talking about NFTs and everybody making these NFTs and stuff like that, I kind of was just like pipe dreamed having this conversation, like the possibilities is this, and then the more stuff happens, like through the weeks during the show, and the more advancements we making with technology and shit like that, man, this shit about to get wicked. This shit about to really be like Ready Player One. People really gonna be purchasing, pieces of art on the internet and trading it within video games, or you know what I'm saying, with an online period. Like you might win something on Madden that you can sell on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's when it's gonna start getting interesting, because like people so confused, but you ain't even gonna realize that you ain't gonna be able to say you a millionaire without you trading some form of cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
Like people like this a whole new thing. Like that whole credit system let America wealthy survive for a long time, because you're going in and the scoring model be different. You going in when you white, your stuff you might automatically come out the gate with a 700. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the same thing. This kind of enables the have not to get up on the rich person, for real, for real.
Yeah, they changing all the rules about this shit too.
Mm-hmm. Like, what you mean when you say that?
I mean, just how it's calculated. Like initially, it wasn't reported to the IRS and all of that stuff. Now you gotta have they give you 1099s and all kinds of different stuff.
But just for trading crypto.
Huh?
Just for what, trading crypto, you gotta report that now.
Yeah. Now to legally trade now, there's ways around it, of course, with VPNs and the different foreign platforms that allow you to trade crypto, but like they're not legal in the United States. So it's a lot of different laws and things that have changed. Little loopholes that make it a little tighter and restrict access just a bit, or not really restrict, but monitor your transactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, they definitely be on it though. You definitely like certain sites you already can't trade but so much a day. But that's because all these people that made money on them through the pandemic, they like, yeah, we gotta put some type of chokehold on that.
Right.
Too many people got rich off them in the pandemic. Like they say, what's his name, Meek Mill? Like he just bought like $50,000 in Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope he did it last week because that shit would have quadrupled.
Yeah, they want what they say is supposed to hit a buck. They trying to get it to a buck because Elon Musk was just on Saturday Night Live. That's they was trying to they advocating for that Dogecoin, trying to get that joint up to $1.
I'm buying some right now.
Like why? Because Elon Musk was talking about it on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, I've been meaning to, but I got a couple of my peoples I talk with at my job. They didn't made a couple tens of thousands of dollars, and we've been talking. When I was buying the Bitcoin, they was on the Doge,
I
keeping my
mean, that's all
Bitcoin.
because you like, cause that joint and XRP. These are the joints that all they had to do to get rich was make it to break $1. Bitcoin was chasing a $60,000 cap all last year. They was trying to hit 60,000 or 50,000, 50,000, 50,000. Then the new number everybody wait for it to hit is 100,000. Meanwhile, XRP and shit like you said, like Dogecoin, niggas hit $1, they gonna go up because a lot of people owning, like, you gotta realize this is junk. A lot of people owning like 20,000 coins right now. because it's so cheap.
It was so cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They make tens of
It's
thousands of dollars.
still pretty cheap.
Well, yeah, it's still less than $1, but considering how like literally a week ago, you for $1 you would get
100 shares.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, they coming out. They about to come out. They definitely gonna put the squeeze on AI. This ain't the most crippin' shit I ever seen. Yeah, y'all can see this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nigga too crippin'. You come over his house and you got this on the floor, man. I wouldn't even wear red at this nigga house. Nigga too crippin' too hard. You got that shit on the floor. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I'm just like ready for some new music to come out. Fucking J. Cole dropped the interlude. I knew I shouldn't have went and listened to that shit, man. The album don't come out to the 14th, but I went and listened to it.
It was me.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know why he left me with that cliffhanger like that, bro. That shit hurt my feelings right now.
How many tracks you expecting?
Huh?
Yeah. How many tracks you think you're gonna have on the album?
I don't know. You know, actually, I think he gonna. I probably get like 15 songs.
15.
You think you think he gonna dog us after waiting off? Cause he said this shit been years in the making. If he dog us and only had like 9 songs on this bitch, I'm gonna be mad as shit. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna actually get on Twitter and I'm gonna go ahead and holler at my man like, fool, we not with this right here. You gotta do something else for the culture. And they ain't even no canceling shit. It's on some shit like we just like demanding that you do this shit. You know it'll be heavy. It'll be heavy as shit if he got motherfucking Kendrick Lamar on this bitch feature. I know this far fetched though, but I can see some shit like that happening.
And that's what we waiting for, the Kendrick album.
And I don't think niggas really waiting for a Kendrick album like they acting like. I think we just hyping it up in our minds to think we waiting for a Kendrick album because that nigga gonna drop an album. It's gonna take us like 2 or 3 years to even process the motherfucker. That's so sad. Like niggas still processing Good Kid, Mad City from him, bro.
Classic.
Like really, still not every album this nigga dropped so far is classic. That's what be so crazy. I be sitting up here thinking like, Top Dog and them probably like, nah, we waiting until they offering the numbers we want, not the offers, not the numbers we asking for, the numbers we want. Cause he got hella leverage with Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Top Dog.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Top Dog like. It'd be make it like the fact that niggas waiting on Kendrick like that got make you question how great is Drake for real. Like, cause we really waiting on Kendrick Lamar. Like, really waiting on this nigga. Like, I can do without an ASAP Rocky album. Can do without a lot of nigga shit, but definitely need a new Kata album. I'm just interested. I hope this shit don't sound like you know when they be making artists wait a long time and then you get an album that sound like the Carter Five and you kind of like, man, we waiting for this shit.
I hope not. I will hope not for Kendrick, yeah.
Yeah, like because I'm just saying, like not like they in the same situation, but it's kind of like you know after waiting for a motherfucker for so long, shit a new style come out. We like man, I don't even want to hear that shit no more, bro. You done took so damn long. Like Lil Wayne, that happened to Weezy so bad for Carter Five. I was just like, all right. Then came out, I'm listening to it. Like some of the songs was cool. Like even Mona Lisa was cool. With him and Kendrick. With him and Kendrick Lamar, but I feel like Kendrick never really would have made an original Carter Five album. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like him. I don't feel like X would have made a real Carter, the original Carter Five album. I don't think these people would have made that album for real, for real. Lil Wayne, his prime would have been so overshadowing to all them guys. But you gotta think he was on songs with Jay-Z and you on the joint like that. I don't know who verse really spanking on the joint like that. Mr. Carter joint. And no one ever really asked the question. I never heard nobody say like, who got the best verse on there? Because both of them niggas missed the Carter, but they was both spanking the Carter shit. Period. Like the talk about it, they raps was both spanking. Like nobody ever asked like, damn, you think Jay-Z spanked Lil Wayne on there? Like, bro, I don't know. I feel like Weezy held his own, but he ain't really mocked Jay-Z on the motherfucker, but he definitely held his own.
Yeah.
I don't get that kind of competitiveness on tracks no more. Like I be feeling like niggas say little baby name like he automatically a shoo-in. That's crazy. Speaking of little baby,
The game.
he made the game, yeah, top 10 rappers list. I thought that was crazy too, cause he had Snoop Dogg on that jump. And Snoop Dogg was like, he like, yeah, this in order. And Snoop Dogg was literally over J. Cole, but under Kendrick. I'm like, I'm not understanding that. Some of this list just don't make sense. And then the nigga who providing the list, like, niggas be rating Game as like a top lyricist. The nigga good and shit. Like, I like the Game, but nigga not no goat to me. He ain't no goat to me. I don't care what nobody talking about. He don't really have no special. You know how like he like this nigga like a player on Mortal Kombat that don't really got no special moves. Like, he just kind of like the game, like default character ass nigga.
Mm.
Let me go find it. Find his list right quick. Who he got on his top list? What's this shit called on Instagram?
Jay-Z,
Los Angeles Confidential. He said what?
I know he had Jay-Z and Andre 3000 on there.
He was accurate with the Jay-Z and the Andre 3000 shit. I'm gonna give you that.
Then he said
He
he
was
could go
accurate
bar
with
for
his
bar with
own
all
move.
of them.
Huh?
So he could go bar for bar with all of them dudes on the list.
Yeah, he was gassing that shit though. It's because that nigga style kind of like one way. You know what I'm saying? Game ain't one of the rappers that you know how Meek Mill kind of like went from the shouting Philly rapper to the singing ass auto tune rapper,
Yeah.
kind of mixing both. Game kind of like the same type of rapper nigga, like West Saeed for life ass nigga.
You got Eminem on there too.
Yeah, I mean Eminem's good, man. Eminem good, but then it started floating around that Eminem dissed Michael Jackson one time, and Michael Jackson bought the nigga's masters. He bought all the rights to his music. I thought that was crazy. If that's a true story, because it's my first time hearing that, but if that's a true story, Michael Jackson is more savage than we've mentioned before in this show.
Wow.
They said that Michael Jackson was beefing with Eminem, and Eminem, no, Eminem was dissing Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson bought his masters and shit. So every time Eminem would perform, Michael Jackson got paid. Yeah, I already mentioned that I thought Michael Jackson was gangster before. Remember when we said he bought the rights to the Beatles shit, like how he played that? I think he asked Paul McCartney and one of them, like, how much would you sell the Beatles for? And the nigga just throw out a number, so MJ jump on the phone, and next thing you know, he owned the rights to the Beatles. It make you think like this nigga came up, he came up in the industry around some heavy names, so of course he done seen some shit happen. He probably done sat in the room with one of these niggas that probably said some slick shit like, man, I buy that motherfucker's masters and get paid every time this motherfucker perform. He probably like, oh, you dissing, huh? I can afford your masters, bitch. I got the juice. I'm Michael Jackson and bought this nigga rights. I gotta find out how true that is though, because Michael Jackson, if that's true, Michael Jackson is thugging, and I learn more shit about history every day.
Yeah, I believe he did. I believe he had a lot of people's rights.
Oh, yeah,
Whole bunch.
That's why it's a big conspiracy around him getting killed, because Michael Jackson was making some boss plays when these niggas try to act like his biggest move was about to be doing the world tour, saying that they don't really care about us. That wasn't even the move. That would have been one of the most physically defiant acts that a person in the industry has ever done. Like, yeah, I'm gonna use my celebrity to fight the system that basically built my celebrity.
Yeah.
That's heavy right there, though. Michael Jackson would die like, yeah, he faked the goat. That's why Jay-Z always be mentioning this nigga, because Michael Jackson was doing some thugging shit. They just trying to paint my man as a pedophile and like a soft dude, you know what I'm saying?
You said Michael Jackson faked the goat?
Yeah, he faked the goat, man.
No, he real the goat.
I mean, nah, he faked the goat. He faked the goat.
Ain't no fake about that.
It's still questionable shit about my man character, okay? So it's some shit if I'm not ready to stand all the way behind this nigga and vouch for this man about everything because I don't know his whole life, so he kind of faked the goat.
Well, I'm talking about exclusively music and business. Like I can't vouch for none of these
Oh yeah,
people who
music and
like
business, he is the goat.
right.
He definitely is. But we can say that about some other niggas like this nigga Boosie. I gotta start talking about this nigga on the podcast. The nigga Boosie, like, can't nobody go head to head with R. Kelly. He said, nigga Vlad said, not even Beyonce. He said no.
No, really, only Michael Jackson.
And that's kind of what Boosie led to. Then he said no to Michael Jackson too. He was like, oh no, man. Like R. Kelly fake had hits in the trenches, man. Niggas try to forget about my man.
He did. That's why I was like, he made you want to. He made you believe you could fly.
Not for real. That nigga right there, man. That was a different vibe, nigga. If you only got the experience that shit was coming hot off the press, like this nigga was hot when Terror Squad was hot as Lil Wayne was heating up. You know what I'm saying? Like as Lil Wayne was turning up. Hey fool, Q Waves, I'm listening to Wayne verse on the joint Thankful, right? On the Khaled album. Wayne really be spazzing on the niggas still. This nigga still too advanced for rap. I think that niggas think they passed Wayne or we got past the Little Wayne era of rap. We really didn't. He really still futuristic as fuck.
It depends who in the song.
Who in the song with him?
Yep.
Yeah, I say that too. And it depends on who he doing the song for. Cause I feel like when it come to DJ Khaled, he never really be missing for Khaled. Like every song he did for Khaled, he ain't missed them motherfuckers, bro. You gotta think of every another one that we got since motherfucking we taking over. He been spanking. That was the one that unleashed Lil Wayne that we taking over, Joe. That nigga got unleashed on that track right there. That motherfucker said, "I am a beast. Feed me rappers or feed me beats." I was like, it's over with. This nigga about to crush every rapper after that song. Every rapper after that song died. Khaled, man, I still don't get this nigga. This nigga come up though. That's the thing that be blowing me. Like I done watched 1,000 interviews. I still don't understand his importance in rap. Like I really don't get this nigga, bro.
He was the dude that pushed it together.
That's my understanding. So that's what it is. I do understand this nigga there.
I mean, he was a DJ. He literally was what he is. He's a DJ,
Nigga,
and
he's like one of the only DJs that survived an era of DJs coming up. Like, remember, DJs was kind of the gatekeepers of rap for a certain period of time. You had Drama, Cannon, you know what I'm saying? And,
right.
and this how you was kind of getting on. Like, damn, you get your gangster grills and shit. I'm like, it still baffles me that DJ Khaled is as successful and as popular that he is, and the nigga don't have no rap verses. Like he don't have no rap verses. That should be blowing my mind sometimes. Like you see this nigga house and you like, damn, you got this off of making CDs with other niggas' music and putting your name on the shit. Like, damn, you did that motherfucker, bro. I'm surprised niggas don't be trying to follow his lane. Like, man, I'm about to just go ahead and be a popping ass DJ like Khaled. Everybody want to be Jay-Z and everybody want to be Lil Baby. Don't nobody want to wake up and be DJ Khaled. That's the nigga who really did it and don't had no verses. You don't got not one. I can't tell you not one DJ Khaled verse. I can tell you every ad lib this nigga got though. He going somewhere.
You hear about the Pop Smoke news?
About what the new evidence they had?
Yeah.
Whether he was in the shower?
Yeah, like they said they trying to rob him for his watch.
They said they was trying to rob him for his watch.
Mm-hmm. Like the dudes basically snitched on themselves, like while they was in jail.
Man, I don't know. What's taking them so long to convict? Like, not saying like George Floyd don't matter, but what happened with like the Nipsey case? Like, Nipsey died, well, he was murdered, you know what I'm saying, by somebody. Why his case ain't like being seen through yet? What the hell going on with him? Man, Pop Smoke murder case, like they be just carrying a rapper, man. They still treat the rapper like a rapper still a nigga. If you die as a rapper, your homicide is gonna get ruled just that. It's gonna be like, oh, it's just another homicide. They
Yeah,
got
they've
so
been doing
much
this dirty for
people.
years. So
They got
you
so
heard
much.
of?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they've been doing this dirty for years. You heard about the Asian American uh hate act or whatever that got passed in 3 weeks?
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all remember me saying this before, but fuck Joe Biden. Um, because yeah, I do know that in his first, he made an executive order in his first week, his first day in office. He had like stopped hate crimes and stuff, and made plays for the transgender community. Ain't we don't bash them here. We ain't bashing nobody. We don't bash nobody. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying he made it a thing to protect immediately those people. They became a protected class of citizen. Then because of COVID-19 and people saying, I don't want to repeat the stuff that they were saying, but the politically incorrect things they were saying about the COVID, calling different names of flu and stuff like that. Boom, immediately get the Asian American Protection Act. I forget what they call that joint, bro.
Something
That
like
joint,
that.
it
That
sounds like some shit that should have
sound
been for
about right.
black people, right?
Sound,
It
sound,
sounds like some
yeah,
shit that should have been for black people.
yeah.
Like,
To me,
why? How come we not a protected class of citizen yet, bro? Like, what about that shit? I think that's like their first sign of admitting defeat. If they specifically name something like that to help us, they gonna be like, man, we didn't gave these niggas too much power. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be the official fall of the white power in white America.
I'm just saying, I want that.
I
Like
mean,
that. How the fuck people been saying all this shit all these years? Like we ain't even asked for no shit like that. We would never think. Oh, we could make it illegal if you're not black, you can't touch no black people, or it's a federal crime.
man, that shit gonna be all too. This America gonna
Nah, I
be
want
like
that.
Twilight Zone. You
I want
imagine
that.
getting pulled over and the police being afraid to fuck you up?
That's what I'm saying. I want that.
Hey, this good that this gonna be a different. It's gonna be a lot of uppity niggas around here.
I want that. That's what I
It's
want.
gonna be a lot of uppity niggas around this joke, man. I'm telling you, man. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
I
let it
want
go
that
that
shit.
far. I'm not understanding what's the why they moving so slow on promoting shit like that either though. Like,
That's what I want.
what gotta
I don't,
happen? How many of us gotta die in order for us to
fuck,
be treated like people?
fuck all the other stuff. I want that. But say replace Asian with Black American. I want that. The
And they can
same
pay
shit. I want that. Just
they can
replace
pay out
the
reparations.
verbiage.
They can pay out reparations in crypto.
I'll take that too.
Figure this out.
But
I just came up with a solution. It's easier. You know what I'm saying? It's more promising to the future of Black America. You can just Because obviously they don't want to give up 40 acres. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give us no land. They just give us some pieces of the internet. Let us get some cryptocurrency. Mm. Let our descendants automatically, when you open a bank account, instead of having to deposit $100 to start the bank account or whatever, it should already be money in there if you black. Like after you make your first transaction, it should activate your Negro fund.
Mm.
They gotta make shit like that happen for the people, bro. Cause it's crazy, man. Like it's so much crazy. It's so crazy to the point I didn't got tired of even talk about how they treat us, bro. I just be like, ain't this about a bitch? I know Derek Chauvin probably was in the jail. He probably like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my lawyers, go ahead and get me back on the pill. They done fucked up on this one. He probably woke up the next morning, shit on himself, like, hey man, feds, I'm going to jail. When the feds come to get you, man, look, if you got it in you to stand 10 toes with the feds and win, God is truly with you. Truly with you. But them feds not coming unless they know they got a conviction. They got
a 99%,
huh?
something like 99 or 98% conviction rate, something
And
like
yeah,
that.
like a 98, 99% conviction rate, bro. They spank shit. They spank shit. And that's all the federal law. See, a lot of people don't realize people be beating state laws because of federal law. But when they come in with the federal law, and there ain't no law higher than federal law, and this is the law they using to convict, man, they gonna crush him. They gonna crush him. That's what's gonna be some interesting shit to see moving forward. Like after they did that, I was just interested to see like what y'all gonna do, because like it's too much of a good thing for black people. Like people not excited about that. They was excited to see him go to trial. They was excited to see him get convicted. Y'all not excited to see him get indicted again. That's exciting. That's the justice system that been failing black people for so long. This at work right now, because not only did he get convicted on a state level, but he about to get convicted federally, which means that after he get convicted federally, certain different laws are now going to go into place once they lose. And the precedent that this is going to set, I think that him getting convicted is going to trigger Carrio's law and it becoming federal when the police have to have the duty to intervene when shit like this happen, because he already got his charge. So yeah, they're going to spank him again with the murder of a man and violate. They said that on that day he violated the civil rights of George Floyd. That's why the feds is involved anyway. Because everybody,
So you think,
you said what?
you think, you think did his civil rights get violated? Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Hey, look, Tokyo. Speaking of that, Tokyo talking about freaking banning any Black Lives Matter paraphernalia, insignia, or whatever, like for the Tokyo Olympics. I think that I was like in some comments on some post about it, and people, of course, I want to say they white people, but people like, yeah, this their country and America's problem. That shouldn't be brought out to the world. America's problem is a human rights problem. And as soon as people realize that the difference between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was Martin Luther King was fighting for black rights. And Malcolm X was basically pushing that this stuff in America was a human rights problem. That was the fundamental difference between them two gentlemen. You feel what I'm saying? Other than the ideologies with the religion and stuff like that, that was the fundamental difference. And I think that people don't realize that because America suppressed us and influenced how the world's seen us for so long, that's what allows other countries to tell us we can't come and be proud in their country. Like, hey, y'all doing all that proud shit over there? Y'all standing up and fighting over there? Leave that shit over there. Who the fuck is Tokyo? Tokyo little as shit, nigga. Like, ain't nobody like if these TikTokers don't cancel the Olympics, man. Like, they don't cancel the Olympics, buy all the tickets, and don't show up. Whatever they be doing, they need to get this shit. Gotta be stopped, bro. Cause there's no way that we living in a time where social justice is on the front line of in the front of everybody's mind when it comes to conversations and stuff like that. And then we going to the Olympics where it's going to probably be represented by a nice chunk of Black Americans telling them like, yeah, man, y'all can't wear that shit over here. Like the world be trying to shut us up, and I don't really be understanding. Like it make a nigga really want to sit down. Like all Black people need to sit down tomorrow and just and don't move until they answer the question. What the fuck do we do? Why y'all don't like us? Because some of us act like y'all, so it's not. It can't be because how we act. You know what I'm saying? Because some Black people really act like white people, so it can't be
Yeah.
that. What you about to say?
Well, I don't play. They act like white people. It's just it's black people
Nah,
on one thing.
that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying no. No, they be acting white. Like I know some. I know some Black people. It's funny because this girl I was talking to was talking about I think like her baby father's parents, and the father is white and the mother is Black, but the father acts he real down to earth and acts Black, and the mom is she said the word she used was she's so whitewashed. When she said this shit, I'm thinking to myself like, damn. I understood when she said it. I kind of understood what she was saying when she used the word like she whitewashed. I'm thinking to myself like that. It's a Black woman that act like a white person, and why I don't know. Maybe she felt like because she married a white man, and that's kind of like her way into whiteism. But definitely be having Black folks acting white, man. Cause some stuff just we don't do. You know what I'm saying? Although when we do stuff that we don't do, we end up doing it well. I'm just saying like some shit white people just Black people just don't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into a list on the show to make this a thing of the list of shit they don't do, but we do know that some Black people do shit they ain't supposed to be doing. Be acting a certain type of way. Like I don't know, man. I just it may be because it's not in me to be into a certain type of thing. Maybe that's why I see it that way.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, I just think it's like your environment. A lot of the stuff is where you grow up, who you grow up around, and your cultural influences. But that's what I'm saying. It's like black people are just people, and we have a culture because we have a shared common trauma. So we have a shared culture. So Black American culture is like this, like it's a lot of restrictions that we put on ourselves because the restrictions that have been put on us. Like the fact that so many black people like, oh, I can't swim. Black people don't swim type shit. Like that's not true. I know how to swim. It's just a cultural thing that because we weren't gonna have the leisure time and this and that and the third, we were taught to fear the water. We were taught to so if you can escape by swimming this river, what's the best thing you're gonna do? Just like they train the animals, that they can't jump this electric fence, but they really could. You know what I'm saying? But they train you as you're young. You scared. If you swim, you're gonna drown, type shit. So it's been bred into us, and it limits ourselves. So I mean, culturally, it's some things that a lot of black people that do that's not historically, culturally, um, you wouldn't consider it black American culture, but a lot of what we do consider black American culture is self-oppression. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It depends on what you're talking about. Like I don't like
Yeah,
act white, act black type stuff. You know what I mean? People
Yeah,
are people.
that was heavy though. That last piece you said, a lot of our culture is like self-hate or self-oppression.
Yeah,
That
it
is
is.
true. Like we be finding it um like a cultural thing to be like, yeah, I'm staying in my hood, I'm staying on
Right,
my block,
right,
like holding this shit down and making that seem like this is like, yeah, this the way to be, bro. No, don't leave the
right,
hood. Don't leave West Philly to go to Bel Air. Like,
right.
don't
That's
go
what
and
I'm
make a
talking about.
better life
Like,
for yourself, Tim.
right. And it's like it's we have been impressed and we have been stuck with that mindset. Like, I've been talking about getting land and I've been researching farming and stuff. And like, what I've really realized is that we were treated as animals. We were treated as farm animals. And a lot of the stuff is still practiced in today's like agricultural industry, how to treat the animals, how to move them, how to breed them, like how to give them the psychological barriers at a young age, so when they're older you don't even have to worry about it. Like, I've already tricked your mind that this is what it is that you need, so by the time you are older I ain't got to worry about that. Like, it's like once you see it in practice, like I was saying, like you train a fucking a pig that's going to end up being 500 pounds, that you can't go through this little electric wire, but you do that at a young age. But really, you could just step on that motherfucker. Train 1,000 pound
Right.
bull the same way. You know what I mean? Like, if it wanted to, it was nothing it could do. It is, but you train their mind, these psychological barriers.
I mean, cause like all in all, I feel like growing up black is trying to avoid two things: prison and the graveyard.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
It, like I feel like ultimately, I mean, like I think that we talked about it in episodes before this, like early episodes, but I feel like for the first 25 years of my life, that's what it was. It was like I was fighting so hard, like even seeing in the movies, like you watching like Lean on Me and shit. It's like we not graduating high school, niggas 15 years old doing crack. I come up in like I was going back and forth between suburban schools and urban schools, so it was like some of the shit that I was seeing in when I went to Eastern, I didn't see when I was in the Maryland schools. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. Like some of the shit about coming to an inner city school, I felt like was better. Like I mentioned, lunchtimes being an hour long, you run around the whole school. Honestly, that do better for a nigga mindset to have an hour break in the middle of the school day like that versus having to sit and everything about your school day is structured out. You know what I'm saying? It's like nigga ain't getting recess, but for an hour I can roam the fucking hallways. Ain't nobody asking for no pass. Ain't nobody on my dick. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. This nigga just roam. Now it was also cultural differences. I feel like too. Like the atmosphere was more tense coming into the schools in the city. Like you had to act and be just real uptight and always on alert because like a nigga might get stole in front of you. This nigga hood beef with this nigga hood, and we only like 14 to 18 years old, so there's a bunch of kids really fighting with each other, but it don't seem like that when you're in high school. It be seeming like a bunch of grown-ups beefing. And like this the different type of barriers that I feel like the niggas had to get adjusted to, like that what was it called? Like the stereotype fulfillment. That itself is one of the,
Mhm.
I want to say, the strongest, what you call, psychological barriers or trainers,
Like,
man. That,
exactly.
that's one of the strongest ones, man, of a nigga feeling like he gotta go hard because we at this school or we live in this neighborhood and in this type of environment. That's why it's like rare to hear that, oh, so many doctors came out of this school in Southeast DC. Cause niggas do be wanting to be doctors, bro. Everybody don't be wanting to fucking be no rapper or no ball player, but that's how when you coming from the inner city, that's what it is. It's like niggas. It's like hoop dreams, basketball dreams, rags the richest stories. It'd be like, it ain't all like that. And everybody ain't gotta fight and be living a life trying to fight with that mindset that because we live on this side of the bridge, this is what
Right.
our life is. It's automatically struggle before progress. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Exactly.
that's what it is. You gotta put work in, but it's not like it's almost like you have to endure a certain type of trauma when you come from a certain type of community in this country in order to gain success. So when you get terms like, "Oh, the grass is green on the other side," nah, that shit green where you water it.
Hey, that's deep as shit.
Like a lot of people don't be.
That's
I
deep as
don't know.
shit.
Like that's why when the people you'll hear somebody say, "I don't agree with Kanye West when he says slavery is a choice." It kind of when you give yourself some fucking credit, certain shit start to make sense to you. Like a nigga is speaking you into believing in yourself when he tell you, "Hey, look, slavery was a choice." That's not to put down anything about past slaves. That's to tell the current slaves, my niggas, slavery is a choice. You're choosing to stay
Take
in a
off the
position
chains.
you that it where they didn't let us off the plantation. You think
Hmm.
that we free because you got a choice now to be an unemployed slave or an employed slave, or you can do the right thing and that's free yourself financially and say, you know what, let's break these bondages of any oppressor because it don't always be somebody's in this country, in this capitalist country, the enemy to anybody getting money in this country is the government. Because the government is trying to rough a piece of everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying? And that don't got nothing to do with black and white because your LLC, when you register that stuff and them EINs, they don't come with race numbers. You know what I'm saying? That shit is money. That shit money. That shit it's green. You know what I'm saying? Or it's digital. It's zeros and
Right,
ones. That shit
right.
ain't
I
got
got
nothing to do with black and white. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't see that shit. Like you gotta position yourself and stop motherfuckers be tricking themselves out they spot, their own fucking positions. They be tricking themselves out this shit.
thinking they
We living
finessing somebody not paying their bills, skipping out on
it
shit.
be dumb, bruh. The dumbest shit though, like get a
Hmm.
credit card, boom, out the gate, you might get approved for like 2,000. And nigga think getting a $2,000 credit card is like a big step. And I'm like, bro, you owe like you can max that joint out. Then you gotta pay off, the minimum monthly balance or whatever to keep it going, or whatever the case is. And then that's not even where it gets you at. What really be spanking niggas is the interest they be charging on you owing that money. Like they might let you rock out again next month, spend some more bread because you dropped 20 on it, 30 on it, 50 on it, spend some more bread or whatever. Honestly, I can't even tell you how the play would go to fuck up your credit because I ain't decided to get credit to try to do shit like that. I know all the positive ways to use credit. I really can't. I can tell you a negative way to use credit is going to swipe your card and getting some shit, some material ass shit that's not paying your bill. That's dumb as shit. That don't make sense. But like you
People do it.
said, niggas definitely always finessing. Like even with the PPP loans, like niggas be thinking every way to try to get rich quick, and then they always get the money, and you never hear about successful niggas really finessing out the life. You know what I'm saying? Like that one finessing ass nigga that's like, you know what? I'm gonna use my next finessing ass move to finesse out this position that I'm in.
I
Cause it
mean,
ain't nothing wrong with that. I done hit a few licks that I ain't proud of that got me to where I am today though.
this is what I'm saying, and this is not advice because this is probably illegal. This is probably illegal as fuck, and I advise nobody to do this. Right? I'm giving advice not to do this, but if you were to do something that I recommend you didn't do as far as the PPP, if you would have put that you had 50, 100 employees on your roll, which I advise you not to do, you should then fucking create 50, 100 1099s, with different names on them, so you can submit a receipt of the 100 employees, and then cash that shit out to yourself. But again, that would be highly illegal, and that's all types of fraud. So I advise nobody to do that. But I mean, like, you just take the money and fucking buy a Lamborghini.
Stupid shit. I'd have bought some
Fuck is
people.
What are you doing?
I'd have bought me some people and be like, we might have to hit this lick again. So I'm hire y'all to let me use
That's
y'all
what
shit.
I'm saying. They gave you money to pay people. Like, it's like we never heard of kickbacks. Motherfuckers never heard of kickbacks.
But
Oh,
the
you make.
government,
I be like, hey, homie, you make $150 an hour.
this the whole kill though. The government knew what they was doing. Like,
No, you
there was
make
no
you.
way
I be
niggas
like,
know how to try to finance out of life.
you
All
be
the
like,
money
you be
that was
like,
changing.
you want this
Huh?
$25 an hour job? You know, it costs me as the business owner. It costs me $150 to pay you every hour, but I'm gonna say it's $25 to you. I'm gonna take the rest. Like, I mean, it's
But
all kinds of stuff people could have did that I advised them to never to do,
there's
because
people
it's
out here
probably
that ain't
illegal
getting
as
no
fuck.
money through the pandemic.
Huh?
I said definitely was people out here that didn't get no money through the pandemic that would have took an offer like that too.
Come on, man. That's easy. I just need your information.
Nah, for real. Could have got a couple homeless people off the street, put them on.
I just need your information. Or they would have just
We
needed
was
that
gonna use them.
information to do that highly illegal thing.
That'd have been so crazy. That'd been so crazy. Be like, yeah, man gets PPP loan. Finds out that he uncovers it that he hired all these like homeless people to use their information. That's why the government couldn't touch him. That should be lit. I can see that being a movie like Blow, like in the future. Like it's somebody that really came up off this shit. Like when they motherfucker catch me if you can shit. Like really spank these people and getting away with it right now to the point where we're gonna get a movie about it in about 15 years.
I mean,
We're
I
gonna be
be
talking about
saying,
how that one
I
nigga
don't know.
came up
I just
with
don't be
his
fucking
baby
with that
blue.
shit, man.
Nah, I don't, listen. I don't fuck with nothing when it come down to scamming and shit. I can't really say I condone it. Like if I was to choose a life of crime, it would be directly taking money from one place and putting it in my possession.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never been to do this for this type nigga, especially with a paper trail so vicious. Like scamming is the most like I don't know. I feel like you just painting a physical trail right back to where you are. Like how you think you not gonna get caught? Like especially when you not like that on computers. You know what I'm saying? If you
I
like
gotta
that on
say, you
computers,
can't. You could win with some
I would
shit.
be confident if I knew I was like that on a computer and could wipe my footprints, my digital footprints. You know what I'm saying? But like just being
VPNs,
out
bro.
here regular shit, doing the shit, I don't think I can fade.
You could, hey, you could
We ain't
probably
gotta talk
find out
about
how
it.
to wipe your footprint, which I advise nobody to do on YouTube. Just look on how to install multi VPN.
Oh yeah. That's one way. But that's even that people not gonna regularly understand that. But yeah, that's
But I advise you not to do
definitely
that
one
too.
way. That's
'Cause if,
definitely one way. Another way is just to learn coding. You
yeah,
can learn coding and add a program to your computer that I don't know, just delete shit after you go on there, or maybe use service like DuckDuckGo that don't allow you to be tracked through the internet. Stuff like that. Stuff like that.
that's little shit.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, man. But
What a time.
the thing about this year, man, it's we 5 months in. Everybody's like, oh, 2020 is over. Man, come on, 2021. Let's get it.
This Jones job like some mid though. I ain't gonna lie, 2021 job looking like mid.
slowly dragging
Way up,
along.
like, hey,
The vaccine came out. The vaccines got recalled. The instructions changed in the middle. Like, hey, wait a minute. Now you might need to get 3 shots. Oh, wait. Now you might need to get a shot every 6 months. Hold up. Wait, maybe. Hold up. Nah, this killing you. Hold up. No, it's not. Hold up. We figuring it out. I don't know. I think the best, the one that came out first is the only one that hadn't had any recall issues.
what the one that came out first?
Moderna. Moderna.
Yeah. You can't trust Johnson and Johnson anyway. That's already been a fact. I don't know if it's can't make baby powder.
He
They
said they
can't
put the
make talk
cans in the baby powder. They put the
Yeah,
cans
they
and
can't even
gave to the
make baby powder.
babies. Damn. Yeah. When you right, you right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have trusted them anyway. Johnson and Johnson. Hey, then fucking Jeff Bezos' wife gone. Try to take half his money. Then fucking Melinda Gates leave Bill Gates. She probably getting tired of my man Lord Shrimp Jump. She probably like, man, fuck this. This nigga over here trying to take over the world. Got a little ass
Ah,
jump. I'm out of here. Fuck that. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
man, but like you get embedded, man.
She leaving with a
That's
lot of secrets. She might die in a car crash.
that's the
For
mother of his
real.
kids. She good.
Man, that shit don't be meaning nothing, bro. I be watching these fucking documentaries. Motherfuckers get killed. They be killing their own children. You think they're not gonna kill a woman they used to fuck? They
I
had a
mean,
documentary on the jump on Netflix. They had the nigga that left his girl in them and took his kids and threw them in there. Remember you telling me about the shit, threw them in the oil rig? You don't remember that shit? I
yeah,
think you was talking to me about it. Hello?
yeah.
You don't remember that shit? The documentary they had on Netflix?
About the oil rig.
Yeah, the nigga lured his kids. He killed his wife and lured his kids to the oil rig. I don't know if it was me and you talking about it, but that shit was definitely on Netflix. It was a
I ain't see
documentary.
that one.
Like, niggas kill their wives, man. Bill Gates job like got a bag, man. He might kill Shorty. She probably gonna run off like Snowden after they divorce. She gonna try to leak all these government secrets. She probably like, I'm tired of this shit, Bill. I gotta go. I can't do this. It's a hoax, and you know it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, possibly, but I mean, it's a lot of rich women running around now.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait the next week, man, to have
Yep. J. Cole.
diving into, huh?
Nah, oh, I thought you were talking about J. Cole. My bad.
Oh no, I'm definitely waiting on the J. Cole. Bro, that's because I went on Twitter and fucking was like, should I listen to this interlude? Trying to hold out. End up going to listen to fucking T Grizzly album and shit. So as I'm listening, I'm getting excited, like, damn, I like this new T Grizzly shit. Then I'm like, fucking, let me go listen to J. Cole right quick. I tell you, I listened to the bitch every bit of 5 times in a row because that's how much I wanted to hear the rest of the album. I just kept listening to the end, like listen to it all the way to the end to it start over, listen to the end to it start over, and I'm like, they just need to drop that shit. I wonder what kind of feel it's gonna have because like KOD came out at like a perfect time.
Ain't gonna be rapidy rap. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Hold on. This motherfucking week been a drag to me, yeah. This whole little week been a little blur. Ever since I started this LLC stuff, man, my mind has been consumed with getting my shit to a whole nother place. Like, oh, I bullshit myself in this process. I really be. I don't want bullshit. Sell myself short in this process.
Man, with me, I just trying to get a little bit better each day because it's like so much stuff. It's like it's overwhelming if you try to do it all at once. But just realizing that, um, shit, I just bought some Dogecoin while we was up. I'm up 4% already.
You said your Doge paying up 4%.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to buy the boat, but it's just so much stuff you got to do. You know what I mean? You gotta like I'm trying to diversify my crypto assets, diversify my stock dividends, make sure my businesses are run right and set up properly. I gotta get payrolls, be able to cut 1099s to people. Um, it's just a lot of stuff, and with me, like with my job, just so fucking distracting. I got to be working on my business. So, but it's
I'm
coming,
telling you, man.
huh?
Man, if I could figure out a way to work on my business while I'm actually making myself successful, I will already not be working at my job though. I realize that. Like, if you realize what I just said, it makes sense, right? Listen, if I
Right.
already had a way to not be working while I'm working on myself, I will already not be working. Like, I
Right.
really should be doing that work. Like, it's other people I've been dealing with that, like, I guess they run their own businesses. Like, people be saying, and like, if you run your own business and you not corporate, I think that like you really bluffing when you act like it's not hard. You bluffing hard as shit. Like there's no way. Like especially when you are the reason. Like you getting up in the morning and doing something is solely was going to determine whether you're gonna be sleeping on the streets or in your apartment next month or your house or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's definitely man. It's definitely the year of the entrepreneur though. I don't know where I wonder how long this phase of life gonna last, or is this just a new way of living? Like when niggas just really on shit like no, we gotta do for ourselves. Cause a lot of people be starting businesses, but the shit really be just trend shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I be seeing a lot of people doing the same shit going. I mean, not that it's not like a thing, cause I guess where we are now is we couldn't get into certain industries before anyway. Like you had to play by certain rules if you wanted to distribute music to it. Now it's like anybody can distribute music from the phone from their phone. So a lot of these old business models that had all these gatekeepers that wouldn't allow us in to become successful, they no longer exist. So that's why it seems like everybody doing the same shit. But I'm trying to figure out why more people don't team up. Like I just sat on this podcast with endless entrepreneurs at this point or business owners, and it's like everybody talk that crabs in a barrel shit, but they be talking about crabs in a barrel while being a crab in a barrel, and like I don't be getting it. Like literally, I be expecting people to like right after this podcast to you because you would think just by the vibe of the conversations. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but this is motivation for anybody to come after. You would think that a motherfucker will in this podcast and immediately jump on certain shit, especially with the game that you get to leave with after coming off this show. Because it's more than leaving this show and you had your time to vent, get your shit off, talk about your clothing line, or have some pancakes. Like niggas be getting some free game on this motherfucker. And I go back and check on a lot of people afterwards. I'm like, bro, what was that conversation we had for? You ain't take it back to your turf. You know what I'm saying? Well, you supposed to double up on the collab now or go 10 times harder leaving off this jump. Cause that's what I expect from people. That's definitely what the hell I'd be expecting from people. But it's like the city period, like don't nobody want to see nobody be greater. Like, and I think like it's because the niggas that's successful here can't really be successful here like how niggas can be successful in Atlanta. Like a nigga can get successful in Atlanta and ride through the hood in a fucking Maybach or a new Rolls Royce or something like that, and that's motivation to the niggas. Like, imagine being impoverished, but you see a nigga like Lil Baby, who was a dirty little nigga like you at one point in time, coming through the same hood in that nice shit. Like, I'm pretty sure they got robbers out there too, but for some reason they still be going back to their hoods and motivating and shit. You don't see that shit here. And I think that's the reason why people think because they got it in their mind like if I get successful here, nigga gonna hate on me. That's the first thing a nigga look for when they get successful is a hater. That's how they going. That's how they feel like that they characterize their success. Like if nobody hating on me, I'm not doing it. Maybe if nobody hating on you, you just a little too fucking busy to notice. Somebody out this motherfucker don't like you, but stop looking for them. Haters don't fucking pay the bills. They don't. All the hate shit, all that looking for hater shit, all they trying to target the people who don't love you or not supporting you. That shit don't pay the fucking bills. You gotta team up with the right motherfuckers, man. Make the right decisions. Like Jay-Z and them selling who they sell they do that deal with Bel Air? I mean with Duce.
Oh, damn, who the RM, Louis Vuitton, Hennessy, Moet,
Yeah,
LVMH. Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy, LVMH. Huh?
They were the same. That's one company.
Yeah, that's one company.
I had no idea. How long has this been?
Oh, man, all these companies be one company.
So Louis Vuitton
Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy.
It's like Sam's Club, Walmart, and Lowe's. That's basically what you're telling me.
Yes.
That's all right. I never knew that. That's a lot of fucking money under one umbrella, and that's crazy because that add another layer to the Jay-Z and Nas thing because Nas getting that money off Hennessy too. I don't know if he
did.
Huh?
And since in the last 6 months, their stock price has gone up by, so it went up by 50%. So they were trading around $100. And it was about 6 months ago when they made that announcement, right around the beginning of the year. The stock has went up by 50% since let me see when Louis Vuitton do say.
Yeah, that's why sometimes people be so geek to hold on to certain shit. Like you build these brands up, and you gotta sell half of that shit off for equity or whatever, and get your money, man. Because all that trying to run a business all the way to your last day and do it with all your own money ain't always it. It's shit about decisions, man, and the right partnerships with the right people. But that's crazy.
So they made the deal on the 22nd of February. So they were already trending upwards, but since then they've added probably like $50 to their share price. So again, around about 50%. They were trending around $100, $110 when they made the deal. Right now they're trending, they're selling at about $158. So since they made the deal with Jay-Z, they've added about 50% to their stock price. So if you were a shareholder in LVMH and you had $100 in there, Now you got $150. If you had $1,000 in there, now you got $1,500. You know what I'm saying? So because Jay-Z didn't do just a buy, they bought 50% shares, but it was a stock swap. So since that deal, which people don't know, whatever it was reported at, because it was like 297, I believe. If it was a stock swap, then it's gone up by around roughly 50%. So if let's say he had $100 million in stock, then he got $150 million. Yeah, then he got $150 million since February. And nobody talking about that 50 that Jay-Z just made. Everybody talking about that 100 that Nas just made. It's different. And just look up LVMH stock and you can see it. Track it yourself from February 22nd. They stopped trending up about 6 months ago, but it exploded since they did the deal with Jay-Z. That's the power. That's the power of the black dollar.
Oh, this motherfucker is a French multinational luxury goods conglomerate.
And they bought the Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Ace of Spades. That's what I meant. Not Duce.
But the thing about it, he still got Duce. You feel me?
Right.
So that could be a brand partnership with I think Bacardi's is the biggest spirits.
Shit,
but
what they
it
say?
wasn't this. This is the thing. This is the thing that people got to realize, and what's so important. He did not sell the company. He did a stock swap, which means he got shares of the parent company. So instead of just taking cash, now every time they sell Moet or Henny or Louis Vuitton, Jay-Z gets paid because now he got stock in LVMH. So people like, oh, he sold out. He sold out.
Spread your bread out, and niggas always be so pressed to take the first dollar amount and the largest dollar amount instead of really paying attention to the plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's a move right there.
But now he can easily have Hennessy.
Bread.
Huh?
It's gonna take them forever to untangle this nigga bread. Like, you know how usually they can just freeze your shit up. They gonna have to untangle this nigga money, man.
And I'm not sure, but I would think they would have a lot of companies involved. You know what I'm saying? Like this production company owns this distribution company owns this, and this people own, is in these people's names. It's a lot of tax liabilities and write-offs and all of that stuff that I haven't really fully digested and understand as far as with the companies and shell companies and different corporate entities and protections. But I'm sure once you dealing with $100 million and up, you probably, if not, you should have taken a course in that or something. But yeah, you don't sell your company, you get a piece of the parent. So now every time they eat, you eat. They're like, oh, he sold his company. No. And he got a board seat. And he got board seat. And he got a seat of the board of directors of LVMH.
Oh, yeah.
So now when they have a board meeting, he's there. He gets to vote yes or no. So it's different, and that's the thing. Like what Kanye been beefing about, he didn't get a board seat on Adidas. He thought he was, and the hold up with the Gap project, he didn't. They say it was a hold up or a problem with him getting the board seat on the Gap. So it's like, all right, well, what's going on? That deal ain't done. I mean,
niggas don't be trusting person. That's why they don't get a nigga a bull seat. Like your
They gonna go
ability
out
to
of
make
business.
is unmatched. But nigga, you as a person, fuck that.
All right.
Nigga just,
But it's what we asking for now. You know what I'm saying? Like we sold so many famous Amos cookies. He sold for cash instead of a part of the parent.
yeah, that's because when stuff like that was going on though, we wasn't even niggas ain't understand they leverage for real, for real. Like even when you pay
Right.
attention to the movie industry, like you had to take people like James Brown who had to really sit back and understand their value to be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna talk to these motherfuckers like this, cause this who the fuck I am. And if you don't want me, then I ain't gonna be here. And if I ain't here, ain't shit gonna move. If everybody walked around with that same confidence and had that same value, a sense of value about themselves, we all be able to charge more for everything we do. Nigga, it'll charge you $200 more to get you some cornrows.
Yeah.
Like for real. And
I
that's
mean,
just small level. That's just getting you some braids just to look like you part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but as long as we like for myself, I'm gonna keep pushing this throughout my lifetime, and I hope you do the same thing. And I have no reason of saying that you stop and people actually put their dollar to back their words. You know what I mean? Put their actions to back their words, and then we can like we work with each other to build each other up. You successful, I'm successful. Your
yeah,
brother will be successful. Your community will be successful. You see the change you want. You be able to control the change you want because the people around you have the same or similar mentality, the same goals. We realize we are not enemies, but we on the same team. It's not a competition with your neighbor. You know what I mean? We should be trying to help your neighbor get a improve his house. Your house value go up.
yeah. Motherfucker, see Mr. Jones putting up a fence or putting up a new deck, man. Mr. Jones always doing shit over there instead of going to help that nigga. Hey, Mr. Jones, you need some help? Cause as soon as
And
your
then we
ass
can work on your debt.
go up, yeah, for real. Then we can go work on your shit, man. Mr. Jones shit made your shit go up. Your shit make his shit go up, and then we basically
Exactly.
lady y'all shit go up. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas don't be thinking, they be hating on each other, man.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like it's no real we have to establish community, build our community, and do it with our everyday actions. You know what I mean? If you see a piece of trash, pick it up, throw it away. Don't litter yourself. That's one of my pet peeves. I know I've talked about this before. People that throw trash in their own neighborhood, in front of their own home, in front. I'm like, in your own city. I go in your own country. I take it to on your own planet that you live on, that you live off of. Why the fuck you know this is not good for anything,
Yeah,
but
some
you
of
littering.
the job I work now, I definitely feel like that. Like that littering shit lame as shit for real. I'm like, yeah, that shit drive wild as shit. Especially if you knew how much work. Like if everybody littered, man, this would be a trifling place. And if nobody was there to clean the litter up, like yeah, that
And
littering
people
shit drive
think and people think somebody is supposed to clean that up. Oh, and those are the same people that will complain about the streets being dirty.
like
Somebody need to get this, but you steadily every time you stop, you take a cup or something, just toss it out the window, and then walk in your own house. Like I cannot understand that. Like I can't get that. Makes
people
no
don't
sense
have to take
to me.
no pride in their community. They don't have no sense of pride of when they live.
And,
Cause
and, but that
I
go
see motherfuckers white neighborhoods and shit, they'll ball a whole ice cream wrap up and put it in their purse.
Exactly.
Like, do that shit when you in the churches too. The motherfuckers will start respecting us more.
If you treat yourself with respect, you don't have to ask for respect. It's
Yeah,
demanded
that's
by
one
your
of the most
presence.
powerful things. Be watching how you present yourself, and that will determine how other people gonna respect you too. Like that's like cleaning trash is the same as walking into a room with a bunch of jewelry on and a nice suit and you smell good. That's the same thing. Motherfuckers see value in you when they see certain shit. Cause some people can't fathom anything past what they ask and conceive anyway.
Man, it's a constant battle, but it's just those certain little small psychological changes and barriers that people have to realize, and it could be traumatic to a lot of people to realize the role that they play in it. That, oh wait, my actions do have a effect on things, and I always go to littering because that's one of the smallest things that you can see. Like people, you would throw something on the trash, you see that same piece of trash every day because that's somewhere you go every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and you like, damn, am I making things better or worse? And I think so many people would never ask themselves that.
No, for real. Just add to the problem and keep it moving. Yeah.
And
So,
just expect a
like I
solution
said,
from somewhere.
for next week, man, we on the road. I got a guest for us. We locked in right now. QAs, I'm gonna get all the information so we can be on time and shit. And I'm gonna try to give me some rest next week, man. I'm tired, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Some of this shit be catching up to me. That's all right though. Eventually, the side hustle gonna get in the way of what I'm doing, and I ain't gonna have to have this job no more. So that's the goal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna work this job no more for real. So I'm trying to figure out how to wiggle about this maze. I'm on the right track. It just, I ain't even gonna say it's taking longer than expected. It's just the process, and I'm in it. So,
Yeah.
as usual, man, I appreciate us having the time to sit and do our podcast. I'm geeked up. I'm actually geeked to watch the episode from last week. Did you get that finished up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to say I'm just geeking to go in and tap into that too, though, and go ahead and start some promotions on that. I'm gonna go finish my homework on this NFT shit because we talked about some plays after the show last week, and I think that we gotta start some of this shit, man. We gotta start really being innovative in the moves too, because if we don't do it first, ain't nobody gonna do it. That's how I feel. Or people gonna wait and they might follow the wrong person out there. So I think we gotta continue to be on the forefront when it come down to even conversation, content, or what we creating and teaching the people that's gonna watch the show. So I'm trying to definitely double down on that, and I'm working on getting the NFT created for the cover to my first tape, and like just relaunching that whole situation. You know what I'm saying, on a bigger level because of the ownership that my newfound ownership in the last week. I definitely got a little machine behind myself now, so I'm ready to do that. But yeah, other than that, man, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Episode 63. Yeah, we out.
Yeah.
All right.